Dynamite Show.
Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Dynamite Show.
Dynamite Show.
We are Movie Menu Reviews, your experimental podcast gone wrong. On today's menu, we'll be reviewing Overlord. Welcome, ladies and gents. I'm Dan the Man Muñoz, host of Movie Menu Reviews, your weekly movie news and reviews podcast. I almost said the Dan and Mike Show.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? No, I'm just kidding.
Host of Dan and Mike Show, aka Movie Menu Reviews, your weekly movie news and reviews podcast, live on Facebook. As you can see, it's only me and Mike, my co-host Mike Stan, here today for our special review of Overlord.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike, for being here.
Yeah, I have no choice.
You have no choice. That's right. And
but if I did have a choice, I would choose to be here. So, yeah.
Don't lie.
No, yeah,
I mean,
I'm a big liar. That's okay. No, I enjoy it. I enjoy it every time. So
this is another Z-free week.
Yes.
So enjoy this episode. Because we're enjoying reviewing this.
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to the review. We won't do any movie news today. So let's go ahead and do the review for Overlord, which is directed by Julius Avery, screenplay by Billy Ray and Mark L. Smith. Here's the plot. A little squad of American soldiers find horror behind enemy lines on the eve of D-Day. And it stars Jovan Adipo, White Russell, and Matilda Olivier. All right, Mike, we have seen this movie, so
yes.
we both will decide this movie is worth a dine and watch it in theaters, take out, we're gonna watch it at home, or leftovers, inject ourselves with some serum and become either supernatural or undead.
That sounds good.
All right, so we shall since it's just the two of us, we won't earn no points. I guess actually we'll save a point for one of our guests.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
I already have 1 point to give away.
Oh,
so
okay.
Maybe you'll get 1 point this time.
To give away?
Or maybe I will. I will. I think I'm going to give it to myself.
You're just going to still hoard the points even though you can't use them?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and rate this film, Mike. What do you think?
Dine-in, 100%. All the way. Super enjoyable film. What about you, Dan?
This movie was not that great.
Really? You're gonna?
It was beyond great.
You jerk.
It's definitely
every time.
It's definitely a dine-in.
Why do I believe you every time?
Because you're gullible, Mike.
I am gullible.
Sprout orange. I'm just kidding. So this is definitely a dine-in watching thing. Now, this movie was produced by Bad Robot, which is J.J. Abrams' production company. Now, did you get a feel when you were watching it that this was like horror version of Inglourious Bastards?
Well, I did. Not really. Not for me. It felt like a scene taken out of or it felt like I was watching Call of Duty at times.
Yeah, that's true. So you were playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. It felt like I was playing a video game that was extremely enjoyable, and I had no controller, but it was great.
But you didn't need one.
Yeah, you didn't. It was enjoyable just the same. So
no, I agree. I feel like the way that this film develops, you basically follow a small amount of troops, a small squadron, as they get ready for the Allies and American troops to go ahead and land on D-Day to go ahead and stop Hitler.
Yeah.
So you follow the character of Boyce, which is played by Giovanna Dipo, which I felt like did such a great job leading this film.
Yeah, you did an amazing job.
And
Absolutely.
I feel like the cast itself did a really nice job being in war, because the troops itself, I thought that their camaraderie with each other and how they handled the horrors of war before we even see the horror of the horror.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like a war film before it turns into a horror film. And it does a great job in both. So I enjoyed it. Just seeing bullets fly by is pretty. It's way more action packed than I expected it to be. I thought it was gonna be heavier in the horror, but I didn't mind it at all. I thought it was great action.
Well, also not only is it a really really good action film, or a lot more action than we expected, but it's also a great suspense film.
Yes.
Not only, and this is even before it gets to the horror part. Just them getting over enemy lines is very anxious. I felt very nervous for them and very worried for the lead characters, which I thought the director Julius Levy did such a great job.
Yeah.
Julius Avery did such a great job in creating that atmosphere of you don't know if they're gonna get caught or not, because this is a very dangerous situation to put themselves in. And it also feels like, because you are part of a squad, or you're watching the squad, you feel you're part of the squad.
Yeah.
Like you're behind them. The way that that he filmed it, as we're following them going in the town, we're like the fifth person or fourth person that's also gonna follow behind them. It was really cool.
We're one of those soldiers just walking with them. But we got to talk about that opening scene. It's amazing. It's like it's not it's in the trailers where you see they're about to jump out of a plane and the plane gets hit. That's just such an amazing scene, and you see the character Boyce he's spinning in the air. It feels like just one continuous shot. It's one long sequence of like planes. It's crazy. Just explosions in the sky. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know who's gonna survive from all the characters that you were introduced to in the beginning.
And it seems like, even though like a lot of it, not everything obviously, because there is CGI in the film, but it seemed like it was all perfectly timed with what is it? Where it's not special effects, it's practical effects.
Yeah. There is practical animatronics used in this film, and I think it shows.
But even in the opening scene, like there's a part where this person lands or whatever, and you see a plane, like as he's landing, he's walking to shore, and you see a plane just fly over. It didn't look like it was. It looked like they did a stunt plane that flew over. Like it looked so real.
Yeah.
The way, and it was like perfectly timed, because it was all, like you said, like it was one shot of just him walking around and doing all this opening scene. It was really great film. It was really great film. It almost reminded me of
you mentioned Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, like a Quentin Tarantino-esque type of like scene going on.
Okay, as far as action or
action style, or at least with Quentin Tarantino, but this is like a little bit beyond that as well.
Okay,
because it's not wordy.
It's definitely not as heavy as the dialogue, but this definitely like reminds me more of like a 90s, like an early 90s horror film. I don't know if you got that same vibe.
I do. It definitely is, but with better special effects.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's a super fun watch. I'm actually planning to go see it again pretty soon. And just in both in the practical effects and there's just, I think they nailed it in terms of like atmosphere, and as Dan mentioned, suspense. Atmosphere in terms of like you see just the horror that naturally comes with war. Like you see bodies like dangling from trees. You see corpses. It's
very
intense.
Gory.
Yeah, it is. It's
a very gory film. A lot more gory than I had expected it to be. But I enjoyed that. It was a nice surprise. So we have a couple comments from Michael Hill. He sent us a YouTube link. Unfortunately, we can't look at it right now. But he also mentioned Call of Duty BO4 Zombies. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "So it's good? It's good. It's actually better than good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. It's one of, like, so far this season we've had like movies that have been good, but this, or like, so. This movie has been my favorite so far this season.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it the whole time, from start to finish. It does such a great job. Is it a perfect movie? No. There are moments where there are like which I hate, that they have to have dumb characters like to drive the plot forward.
Yeah.
I feel like if they were to like have a smart character and someone else outsmart them, I think that's something better for me to relate to. But it's a trope that's used. Someone does something stupid that ends up happening that drives the story forward.
Yeah.
So that's the only gripe I had really with the film. But other than that, it's one hell of a ride.
Yeah, and I want to mention also just behind the scenes, like they had a great team behind it. I wasn't too familiar with Julius Avery before Overlord, but I know he had released another film before this called Son of a Gun, which has gotten a lot of really good attention, and it also had a great cast in it as well.
With Ewan McGregor, Alicia Vikander,
yes,
Brenton Twites. Yeah, I heard about that as well.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see that, but but this is a great introduction to Julius Avery, I feel. Also, the writers, Billy Ray, who co-wrote The Hunger Games and Captain Phillips, which are pretty notable films, and which is interesting. So you got Billy Ray who did this, as well as Mark L. Smith who wrote The Revenant. So these are like two.
Like Oscar-worthy contenders.
Yeah, these are two like, Oscar-worthy writers writing a film like Overlord, and it's just well done. Well done in terms of writing, well done in terms of cast. It's just fun all around, and I think from the beginning, it felt like they knew the exact mood this film needed to be, and they got it, you know.
And I'm glad that Bad Robot took it, because if they didn't, we might not have seen it in the big theater. So it's nice that Bad Robot took it over for distributing and produced it, so that it got made.
Yeah, and I know this would have been the perfect Halloween movie.
But it came out this weekend for Veterans Day, and so we should also say Happy Veterans Day.
That's right.
To our
Happy
troops,
Veterans
thank you
Day,
for your service. We're obviously in the United States, so thank you to our soldiers. Go watch this film.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Also, I think Matilda Olivier, she did a fantastic job as well.
She did.
I felt like she didn't feel shoehorned. She felt like naturally into the plot of the film.
Yeah. And there's a scene that involves her with a flamethrower, which I thought was super fun.
Which is in the trailer.
Yeah. So I'm not ruining anything, and it's just like she just has good luck. She's in danger. She happens to have a flamethrower, and she uses it, and it's fun. So I enjoy. There's like a lot of fun scenes in this film. So that being one of them. There's also this crazy scene where we really I know it's in the trailer you get to see this crazy serum being used. So there's a scene where I guess would it be spoilers to talk about that, Dad?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's all I have to say is there's crazy animatronics involved, and it's pretty intense and gory, and it's fun. It kind of reminds me of a Cronenberg film.
So funny enough, the screenwriter Billy Ray also, he's the one that came up with the story, but also J.J. Abrams helped him come up with the story.
Oh,
as well.
I didn't know that.
So that's so J.J. did put his little touch on this film.
So I was reading that Billy Ray is working on
Not
Terminator.
Cyrus? That's good.
Yeah, he's breaking your achy breaky. No, he's actually working on Terminator 6. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, if he's allowed to do what he did for this film, then I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
With it, it seems like, it seems like he must have done a pass because David S. Goyer is attached to the screenplay for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's similar to what this is, then he did a badass female with Matilda Olivier's character. So I'll be hopeful for Sarah Connor and the other characters as well.
So in Terminator 6, this which is going to star Linda Hamilton, so she is coming back. She's
coming back.
Which I'm kind of excited. And Arnold Schwarzenegger as well. So yeah. So that's super fun. Were there any other things in the film that you felt whatever about, Dan?
There was like other characters that wanted to know more about, like Matilda's aunt.
Okay.
And stuff like that. Also,
it's not spoiler to talk about the aunt, right? So she's
She's just sick. She's ill. You just want to know. I just wanted to know how, why, what happened with that.
Okay.
And it just never really gets answered.
Okay.
But that's all I'll say about that.
All right.
What about you, Mike? Did anything? I mean, was this a pure perfect film for you? Was there anything you griped about?
I mean, not enough for me to not enjoy the film. So I mean, there's like there's cheesy action lines here and there that could have been cut out. Like, but whatever. Yeah, overall, I was having too much fun with what was happening to really be bothered by that. So, but yeah, it's just a super fun film.
So Michael asked if either of us have played Call of Duty Zombies. I have.
I have not.
The ad seems like a Call of Duty zombie movie. You know what? It does seem like that, but I wouldn't bet on it just being. There's more to the story than just that.
Yeah, there's actually. I would say there's.
I wouldn't even say there's zombies.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
more like mutated.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's less zombies than expected, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
In this film, because there's more.
Because that's true. I remember telling like, oh, I'm gonna go see the Nazi zombie film.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
But it's not really it's not the zombie Nazi film.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. What was it called? Red Snow.
Yeah, Red Snow.
That was the Nazi zombie film. Yeah. So this is it's more as Dan mentioned. It's more mutated humans. So that's not ruining it, right? Mutated humans.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So
I think it's a more realistic approach to the plot line of it, but we're not giving too much away.
Okay.
Michael also said, I bet this movie came out now, so it would capitalize on the new Call of Duty that just came out. Like, you'd think the movie would have come out in October. Well, I
was originally planning to, but they ended up having to push it back. So
yeah, and I mean, it's also Veterans Weekend, so it's a pretty good weekend to release this film.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I guess. He also said, glad you guys liked it. I might have to go see it. Yeah, I recommend you go see it. Go see it. Go take Heather to go see it as well.
Please do, because I definitely this film definitely deserves more attention than it's getting, and more people to see it in the theater than it is, and I definitely want this movie to succeed in the theaters for the work that they've put into it. So
agreed. So go see it. The cast is great. The story is great. The directing is great. Go and enjoy this film. You agree, Mike?
I 100% agree.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike,
hey.
for being my co-host today.
Thank you,
not
Dan.
Jumping ship. Is it push you off the ship?
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to push me.
Yeah. I've been pushing you this whole season.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for us here at Movie Menu Reviews. Thank you so much. Make sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook. Obviously, if you're watching us live on Facebook. If not, head over to our Facebook page, Movie Menu Podcast. If you're listening to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, or wherever you listen to your podcast, thank you. Subscribe to us there as well, or visit our website, moviemenupodcast.com. And we're also on YouTube, so we're on many platforms. So you can't miss us. We're there. We're bugging you. Watch us.
Yes.
Until next time, guys. Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Until next time.
We're stalling. Can you tell? Can you tell that we're stalling?
No, this is a perfect show.
Yeah. Oh, this is. Yeah.
Fool.